Are you going elevator up?
Oh, we can.
I'll just stand here. You can go elevator up. All right, guys, welcome back to another video here on the John Doc YouTube channel. We got Matt with us today. We are going to be doing some tuning, first fire up and everything on Boomhauer. This is a Nitrous car. It is, if you guys aren't familiar with the build, it is a New Edge Mustang, built 8.8, 400. It's got a 6-liter with pistons rods in it, so it's LS swapped. Yes, we like that. It's my only Nitrous car I've ever owned. It's set up with a 200 shot. We just switched it over to a Holley Terminator system. So we're on the Holley 24-tooth Terminator system. We're running the nitrous control through it. We're running the timing control through the Terminator. We're running the 2-step through the Terminator. And Matt's going to be doing the initial, I guess, base tune-up on it on motor, and then we're going to spray it on nitrous on the dyno. We did already mess with it on fire up. We had to mess with some parameters before to get it to run because we had a fuel pump issue and everything going out. So we got all of that like neutraled out and we're set an even playing field. So we are ready to begin the tuning process. Before we get started in today's video, I do want to talk to you guys about the LS Nasty turbo giveaway we got going on right now. I got a brand new TDI 85 96mm turbo. It's a T6 turbo. And Matt knows, how fast could you go on a turbo like that? I mean, 85, 96 T6 turbo.
I guess it depends on the weight, but I would think you would be able to go at least mid to high 4s with it.
You hear that, guys? You at home sitting on your couch, you want to go 4s? This could be the turbo for you. Every turbo giveaway, we've given away better and better turbos, and now we got this badass TDI. It's a very nice piece. It comes with the machined V-band housing. It's got it's actually made by the guys at Force Inductions. This is one of like their sister company, I guess you can call it. So this is the more budget-oriented turbo. This turbo right here, I'll just say right now because I don't give a shit. It beats the shit out of VS Racing turbo. No kid from China is putting this turbo together, balancing or anything. This one right here is a nice unit. So I'm giving that away. All you guys have to do to get enters, go to lsnasty.com, and every item you purchase is an entry to win. Everything in the past collections is double entries. You know what? Everything on the store right now, I can't give double entries. Everything on the store right now, even the new, the old, everything, triple entries. So go down there, get your entries. Yeah, triple entries. I want them to get their chance to win this. Look at Matt's going on there right now. lsnasty.com. It's the first link in the description below. Today is triple entry day, and you guys can take home a badass turbo. So that's all we got. We're not talking about turbos today. We are going to be talking about nitrous, and we're going to no prep tomorrow, so we're trying to get everything ironed out. Hopefully we don't have to do any jack burnouts. We're going to pour bigger puddles, and hopefully we go a couple rounds. So we're going to be heading to Union City, South Carolina. When you guys will be seeing this, they'll probably be doing the driver's meeting because noon on Saturday is when the event starts. So Union City Dragway, Union City, South Carolina. It's pretty much like Western South Carolina.
Western, yeah.
Western, yeah. So anything you want to say about what we're doing today?
No, we're just we got it fired up. Everything is running good. Got it to where it revs good and everything. The air-fuel ratio, closed loop corrections at 0%. So it'd be a good baseline. We're gonna run it on motor, check everything out, and then go straight to the dry nitrous.
Dry nitrous also, yeah. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but we said we're running the nitrous through the Holley. We're running dry nitrous, so we beefed up the injectors to 80-pound injectors, and instead of having a wet system, so like having a standalone nitrous system, it's still on the car, but we're not using it. It is going to fire the nitrous directly through the injector. Sorry, fire the fuel directly through the injectors when the nitrous is added. So it makes a little bit more power, hits harder, a little bit more consistent. What are the benefits of it?
It's more consistent. You can tune everything from the laptop. So if you can just change the nitrous jet, and you can do all your fueling correction through there. The Holley can change the fueling on the fly with the nitrous system. You don't really have to worry about nitrous backfires. There's a lot of advantages. I think that before long, I mean, there's some guys that are really like, hey, they really like the wet system in the carburetor, but for an EFI system, I think the dry nitrous is the way to go. You see a lot of very, very fast cars, a lot of RVW cars, pretty much all of them are on dry nitrous setup, so a lot of tunability. You can do everything with the ECU. You don't have to have a progressor and all the other boxes and worry about flowing your fuel system. And
I will say, if you guys have like, this is what we did. I took the 2-step, the MSD 2-step off here. I took my Leash progressive off here, and I took my standalone tank, and I could sell it for the entire price of the Holley Terminator kit. So it's a no-brainer. If you got a nitrous car and a stock computer, put a Terminator on it, you can probably make a little bit of money off it. So
yeah, no downsides, all upsides.
Yes, that's what I like. So, and the like he was talking about, the closed loop, the self-correction, everything like that is a huge bonus, because it could pay for itself one time if you have some sort of failure, a fuel pump failure or anything. It could kill the car before it actually kills itself. So, all right, we're gonna get this backed up on the dyno. Like Matt said, we're gonna make a couple pulls. We're on slick, so nothing crazy. and then hopefully we get dialed in, then we're ready to go to the racetrack. All right, y'all, we are ready for some dyno action. We got everything figured out. We had some computer issues and everything like that, so big shout out to Phil, Black Belt Performance. We're using his computer to actually tune the car. Matt's computer to run the dyno. Matt's in the car. I'm gonna film. We did some drivability stuff on the dyno real quick, and we're gonna make our first NA pull and see what it makes. Matt, you ready? Yeah. All right, Matt's ready. Let's watch and see what it does. All right, what were you asking?
I was like, why does the RPM look like that?
Look, we're at a tack signal. Literally, it's on the strut. I got this hanging down here.
The air is starting to taste like air.
The air tastes like air. Let me put this on here. This will give us our good tack signal. Put this right here. Pout. Good to go. All right, that should give you an accurate reading. It says 400 horsepower. We'll see. All right, we should have a proper tack signal on this one here. And we'll get Matt set up. We're using his laptop as the dyno computer. I think it's still losing tack signals all over the place. Yeah, all over the place. 417 tack signal said you turned it 14,000 RPMs, bud.
It'll take it.
A little less R's.
It'll take it.
Let's try a different plug wire. It is all over the place.
Good. It's pretty low on the timing. That was like 26 degrees overall. So we're going to start adding some ignition timing. I got the targeting 12.9 on the air fuel ratio, and right now the closed loop's at like 3%. So we're going to do a little bit in the VE table and try to get the closed loop close to 0, and start adding some ignition timing. We'll do like 2 degrees at a time, and then see how it's picking up.
Last one there, it made some, had a little sparks or something down on the converter area. So we went and checked out, everything looks good. Oil pressure's good, temp's good. Made same horsepower as before, a little bit earlier, so the tune-up was good, and we're gonna try again. Making some power, 424. Don't mind all this. We got the tack signal figured out.
Yeah, I grounded it.
Oh. Yeah. What's the log looking like?
Pretty good. Closed loop's 2% now. So we're gonna change that. 170, 28 degrees of ignition time on total. So far looking pretty good. From the 416 pull to the 424 pull, I added 2, so we're going to add 2 more, so we'll be at 30 degrees total, and see what kind of power it picks up. I'm going to try to work on this closed loop to where the target air fuel is at 0% all the way across. It's fairly smooth. It looks like a big dip, but it's actually pretty small just because of the way this is scaled here. So normally like this would be perfectly fine for any kind of race car or anything you're going to drive, but we're going to strive to get it as close as possible before we spray it.
Yep. What do you think? One more motor pull and then maybe turn the bottle on?
Yep. We'll see. Well, I want to keep going with the ignition timing, and the closer you get on your motor setup, like total ignition time, and the closer you're going to be on your nitrous setup. So like if we just stopped at 28 and then we pulled 8 degrees out for our shot, we might be able to go to 30 or 32 overall base. So we would be pulling more time in when we're spraying it than we really need to. So to really maximize the combo and make sure that it's running efficient, you want to run to where you're at MBT on your maximum brake torque on your ignition timing on motor. So
awesome.
We're gonna add 2 more, see if it picks up, and go from there.
All right, sweet.
So.
I think the converter bolts are coming loose. .428. It's got to be the converter bolt. It's sparking underneath. It's got it. I think the converter bolt. It's the only thing I can think of that's spinning like that.
Either that. We need to look at the starter. Sometimes I've seen where the starter relays, it has a very high frequency vibration in here from the drive shaft or the rear end or something, and sometimes that can cause the relay to vibrate and engage it, so the starter can engage at higher RPM. Sometimes you see that on the dyno, and I've had to track it down, but that could be what it is.
It doesn't happen going down track though, because it feels a whole lot better in the car and not down track.
On here it's kind of terrifying. So let's see what let's look at the log.
It made 428 there. So is that, are we kind of reaching our ceiling of performance, NA?
Yeah, I think so. So that was I added 2 degrees and it picked up just a little bit more. So I think around 30 degrees we're at our maximum brake torque.
This is also the most power this car's made NA, because it made like 226 before. So more power.
I can't remember what it made last time, but let's see here. Yeah, 1% on our closed loop compensation, so we'll leave that there. 30 degrees of ignition timing. So
what's fuel pressure look like? Because that's what we had an issue with last time.
42.
So we're good.
So 43, yep. So.
All right, about to make a nitrous pull. We got to shut the hood so we can purge it. We got the bottle pressure up. Hopefully everything goes good on this nitrous pull. We're late. We need to hit the road. I want to get to South Carolina so we can hang out and relax a little bit. It still sparked again.
I think it is the starter relay engaging at a higher RPM.
What do we do? Send it?
A better relay.
Oh, okay.
Just have to see which one it is. I don't know how they have it wired.
All right, could be the last nitrous pull on the dyno here before we head to the track. Goes right through the converter. Yeah, 601, 603. God, that's extremely violent.
It's definitely something, like, you feel the car load, like it pulls and then like the tires spin a little bit or something, because you feel the car, like, I don't think it's anything in the motor, because it feels like it's in the transmission or the rear end, like it's starting to load it, spin or something. Cause
where it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you feel the car, like it don't feel like the power of the car surging. I think it's like something in the
could it be spinning it on the roller and then grabbing?
I think that's what it's doing.
Because that initial hit, we're used to turbo cars, they come nice and smooth. That initial hit is violent. Dude, the front straps went full slack.
Oh, yeah, I can feel it. I mean, so I started to pull at 3,000 RPM, and as soon as it went to the floor, it flashed it to 6,300. So, I mean, it went straight through the converter.
Yeah, I don't think it's a hiccup in the tune. I think it's...
Yeah, I think that it does that, and then the converter starts to couple back.
Yep.
So, well,
I mean, it sounds good. I mean, dude, for what it is, a little street car, I mean, it's pretty feisty.